Welcome back to The Lowdown, everybody. I am Robert Rosenfeld, and this is the show that breaks down the top 3 stories of the tech world. 3. Every Tuesday and every Thursday. Today we're going to break down the report claiming that China has infiltrated top tech companies here in the US. Also, a new Nintendo Switch may be on the horizon for next year, and the Pixel 3 has leaked again. Here's the lowdown. A new report claims that Chinese microchips were secretly installed on motherboards used in servers by Apple, Amazon, and other big tech giants. The report from Bloomberg emerged this morning and is stirring up a bit of controversy after Apple and Amazon are flat out denying the allegations in the report. And that report alleges that Chinese officials forced Chinese manufacturers to install super small chips on super micro motherboards, specifically delegated for US tech companies, mainly in data centers, and both Apple and Amazon discovered these chips in an internal investigation and reported it to the FBI. It's being reported that these chips were capable of siphoning off data and letting in new unauthorized code, but both tech giants are flat out refusing these claims and are standing strong by their statements. Amazon says the report is simply untrue, and Apple is taking an even stronger stand, saying in part, quote, "On this we can be very clear. Apple has never found malicious chips, hardware manipulations, or vulnerabilities purposely planted in any server." This story is a big one and it's still developing and some things are a little bit unclear, so we'll bring you any developments or any updates over at technobuffalo.com. A new Nintendo Switch is rumored to be in the works, but don't get your hopes up for any big game-changing features coming to the next version of the Switch. We're hearing some reports that the new Switch will arrive sometime next year, and though details are currently a little sparse, we're hearing that it will not, unfortunately, adopt an OLED display because of cost, refuting those earlier rumors we heard that we'd see a similar OLED panel on the new Switch as used in phones like the iPhone X. The console hybrid has been a pretty big success for Nintendo, and it looks like they want to keep that momentum up with a bit of an update to that console, though we don't really know at this point exactly what those updates are going to be, and it looks like they're still being decided on internally. We'll most likely see some new internals, maybe some small design tweaks, but I wouldn't get excited for anything too big. And I actually think this would be a great question for you guys to discuss down below in the comments. What would you want to see on the next generation Nintendo Switch? Something change with the design, internals, maybe a higher end display? Leave that comment down below and let us know. And if you leave a comment, you could be featured in the next episode of The Lowdown. And we're less than a week away at this point. We're just days away from the launch of the Pixel 3 and the Pixel 3 XL. And just when we thought the leaks were finally over, they're not. We've got some images of the alleged Pixel 3 in a pink color joining the lineup and launching next week. And we've covered the leaks of both phones here extensively on the Lowdown, so if you want to see the full details on what we're expecting in this phone, you can watch our deep dive video on that. But we can of course expect a notch and a notchless Pixel 3 and 3 XL to launch next week with wireless charging, an improved camera, super selfies, and a whole lot more. We'll have full coverage of Google's hardware event next Tuesday, so be sure to stay tuned to the channel for that. And if you haven't already, now would be a really good time to hit that subscribe button so you subscribe to the channel and hit that bell so you're notified about upcoming videos so you automatically get the videos when they're published for you. And on the last episode of The Lowdown, Sean McHugh asked a question we seemingly get every single day. What is the soundtrack you use for The Lowdown? Reminds me of Stranger Things on Netflix. Yes, this soundtrack does sound really good. And to finally answer this question, the track is called Expanding by this artist, which I'm not going to say because I would butcher the name. It's from our Epidemic Sound music library, but if you want to find it on YouTube, usually you can find a copy of it floating around for your listening pleasure. Alright guys, that's all I've got for The Lowdown today. Thank you as always so much for watching. I'll be back here on Tuesday to talk more tech news, and I'll have all the details on the finally unveiled Pixel 3 and 3 XL, so stay tuned for that. Until then, have a great day, and I'll see you then.